Major Slack Videos.
Hey, the name is Slack. Thanks for coming back. Let's walk through some more Elden Ring Samurai. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to get an ancient dragon smithing stone for free. Let's go get it. This is by completing, Nepheli Lu's questline. We've been talking to Nepheli Lu frequently as of late. She's right down here. We just recently talked to Gideon, and by going back to Nepheli Lu, she'll have some new dialogue.
Ah, you. Please, leave me be. It's pathetic, I know, but I need to think.
Okay, tell her I heard from Gideon.
So you know already, do you? Right. It's true. My father cast me out for indulging my emotions, forgetting the mission, punishment for offing his pawns. Lord Gideon has offered me guidance all my life. I would have done anything for him, to place him on the throne of Elden Lord. And yet though it was not my intent, I betrayed him.
Okay, anything else?
And I can no longer trust in Father. To think he'd order his men to enact such tragedy. Where is the justice he purports in that? He once told me that if he became Elden Lord, he would never allow the downtrodden to be cheated ever again. Was he simply lying to me?
Yeah, not for nothing, but Gideon is a backstabbing SOB, so yeah, you have our sympathies. Anything else?
No. How could I say that?
Okay, so that's the end. That's the end of her dialogue. Alright, so now we have to fetch her the Storm King. The Stormhawk King. How do you know that, Slack? I know this from the official game guide. How you would know this by just going through the game, I have no idea. It's been a long time since I cast, or rather used Nepheli Lu in a battle. You can use her for the Gobrick the Grafted boss fight. Does she actually cast a Stormhawk while in combat? I forget. So I have no idea how you would know to go up to the 4 belfries, use an imbued stone sword key or imbued sword key on this belfry right here, which will take you back to the very beginning of the game, the Chapel of Anticipation, where you can refight the grafted scion there, not here. And after you do that, this new door opens up and you can get the Stormhawk King thingy, and then you bring back the Nepheli Lu to continue her quest line. I have no idea how you would know this. No idea. Let's do it anyways. This will require an imbued sword key, and we might as well open up all the other belfries here at the 4 belfries. There's 3 belfries here. There's an imbued stone sword key there, and we have one in our possession which we got from Celia Town of Sorcery. And I'm just going to quickly show you where we got this for those who are not following the walkthrough. And then we're going to get a third one at the Academy of Rea Lucaria. Starting with Celia, the Town of Sorcery, way out in Caelid. If you haven't done this yet, please watch. I'll put a link in the video description. Part 47 of this walkthrough, and there's also a quick overview of Celia, the Town of Sorcery, in the video just before that. Would be officially part 46. Just do a search in YouTube for Celia Town of Sorcery Explained. Celia Town of Sorcery Explained. And at the 6:38 mark and at the 9:46 mark, those two timestamps will show you clearly how we got the imbued sword key. Let me just quickly show you this now. Alright, we've already gone through that. So back to Celia back streets. Some undead are going to spawn as I'm going up here. Let me just quickly take care of them. Very good. Okay, here we have a beautiful overview of Celia, the town of Sorcery. There's a site of grace right behind this building here, down at the bottom. Celia Crystal Tunnel is over there. You'd ride over here, light up the site of grace, then you'd enter the town, and you have to light up this brazier right here. There's 3 braziers, but let's just focus on the one that gets the imbued sword key. Light up this brazier here to the southwest, and that will open up a door, or a blue sealed door, right behind this building here. And that's where you can get the imbued sword key that we have in our possession. Alright? That's the first imbued sword key. That's number 1. Alright? Next. Back to the Academy of Rhea Lucaria. The debate parlor where we first fought the Red Wolf of Radagon, I believe his name is. That boss. Big Wolf. Magic Wolf. Absolutely hellacious. Also covered in this walkthrough. This will open to this door here to the north. And if you haven't opened up this door here, you'd have to go up this, along up this ramp, disable the rolling ball. Anyways, that's all covered in this walkthrough. I'll put a link in the video description on how to do that to open up this door that we're going through now, because this is not open by default. And let's just dispatch this guy. And this guy. And around the corner here, and we're going to go on the Academy of Rhea Lucaria rooftops. Kill these 2 guys. Climb ladder. Pick off 3 more marionettes hanging out up here. There's one there, there's one there, and there's one on the other side. Alright, and let's show this mage what for. Around the corner and drop off onto this rooftop here. Hang a right, drop off here, drop off here. A little more target practice here. Get those guys out of the way. Drop down here. And now we want to drop onto that ledge right there. There is a bit of a gap here, so make sure you jump far enough to clear the gap. Jump. Turn to the right. And here's the second imbued sword key. Alright? Next, all we have to do is get up to the 4 belfries. Over here to Revenger's Shack on the west side of Liurnia of the Lakes. And you can just go ahead and put a beacon at this fork in the road due north of here. And let's swap out the Blasphemous Blade for the Bloodhound's Fang. And go for a little ride. Due north. Probably want to hook up your Roger's Rapier with Gravitas on it. We will be passing some bats and Bat Lady. You can hear her singing there. Want to go and engage? Be my guest? I'm not going to bother. But like I said, one of these bats may follow you up to the site of grace, so be ready. As you know by now, the best way to bring down bats is the Gravitas Ash of War. Here is the site of grace. And it looks like they're not going to engage, because they know they're going to get absolutely destroyed if they get in, if they engage. Okay, back to the Bloodhound's Fang. Now, let's put a beacon right here. We're going to follow this road up here, like that. Take the right fork. We're going to run into a spectral troll. You can easily take him down with the Bloodhound's Fang. What have I got going on in the way of... Yep, that works. Okay, let me just get off here. Get bucked. Flame Grammy Strength. Golden Bow. Two-hand the sword. Do I have any grease? Something's coming towards me. Nope, okay. There we go. Hey, buddy. That's all there is to it. Another spectral troll up ahead. Give him the same treatment. Bloodhound's Finesse. Follow up strong attack. Bloodhound's Finesse should drop him. And Bob's your uncle. Who loves you? Slack loves us, that's right. Don't you forget it. Next, the 4 belfries. 3 of them have an imp statue which you can use to activate this sending gate here. And they all have a little message telling you where it's going to go. This one will take you to a little section of the Crumbling Fair Missoula where you can get the modeled necklace, if I recall correctly. Let's just light them all up now, because there's nothing else you can use these imbued sword keys on, if I recall correctly. Okay, so that leaves us 1, and then there's 1 at the top. This will take us back to the very beginning of the game, to the Chapel of Anticipation. If you recall, the very, very, very beginning of the game, we had to face the Grafted Sign. It's kind of like a challenge fight where you're not really expected to beat the boss because you don't have any flasks. You just have the benefit of 1 health bar and 1 FP bar. You don't have to beat it. There's no consequences if you don't beat that guy, but you can get back and fight him again by simply activating this sending gate by using a imbued sword key. So let's use the imbued sword key to light up this bugger. Okay, so that sending gate is ready to go. Third sending gate will take us to a small section of Nokron, the Eternal City, where we can get this is where you get the modeled necklace. Sorry, my bad. The other one, that will take you to Crumbling Fair Missoula, and there you get something we already have, but a lower version of it. The Pearl Drake Talisman. We already have the better version, but the like lower version of the Pearl Drake Talisman can be found there. Okay, so let's use the final imbued sword key, but we don't have one. Uh-oh. What do we do now? So you simply go up the hill to the 4th belfry. Open the chest and get yourself a 3rd imbued sword key. So let's go light up that other one. Is that a dangerous drop? Nope, it's not. Okay, so there we go. Use that, and now all these sandy gates are lit up, and they'll stay lit up. Okay, we can use them at our discretion. Let's go use the one that is most applicable to the situation, which is the Nepheli quest line. It's this one here, back to the Chapel of Anticipation. As the message indicates, Precipice of Anticipation. There you go. Back at the beginning of the game. Right in here is the grafted scion that you're expected to beat at the beginning of the game as a complete noob with no flasks and no leveled up weapons, nothing. Let's go kick his ass. Little flame grant me strength. Golden bow. Two-hand the sword. Whoops. Two-hand that sword. Refill FP. Crease up the sword. And this should do him in 2 shots. Oh yeah? That's it, that's all. Ouch. Ow. Take that. Grab the scion, bitch. Alright. What did we earn? We earned, the ornamental straight sword. It's actually pretty good. Only requires 10 strength and 14 dexterity. You cast the skill, and now your ornamental straight sword is charged. And if you press the strong attack button, this is what you get. Repeatedly press the strong attack button, this is what you get. Or if you hold down the strong attack button, basically doing a charge attack, this is what you get. Pretty kick-ass, eh? That's all from just holding down the strong attack button once. Just holding down, that's all. And you're also rewarded with the ornamental shield. No, sorry, the Golden Beast Crest Shield, which is pretty good. It's a lightweight great shield. So it has good guard boost, but only weighs 12.5 pounds compared to my Matter Tower Shield, which weighs 16 pounds. But this doesn't provide as much magic fire, lightning, and holy protection as the Matter Tower Shield. And note that the guarded damage negation on this is not improved by upgrading. Only the guard boost is improved, if I recall correctly. This requires strength 30, whereas the Golden Beast Crest Shield only requires strength 24. So here you go, nice little comparison. That's that. So having done this, let's go back to Blasphemous Blade. And let's go back to the scene of the crime where we first started the game. Okay, so right after selecting your character and you exit out of the church and you come down here and that's where you first encounter the grafted scion, where the game gives you this nearly impossible challenge of beating them with no flasks and no level up weapons. Back up here, this is where we first were born, okay? But over off here to the right, there's a new door that's opened up. Go in here, and here's where you acquire the Stormhawk King, which, like I said, I have no idea how you would know to give this to Nepheli Lu. There's like no indication whatsoever rather. Unless Nepheli, I think that she casts a Stormhawk or something, maybe in combat. Does she do that? I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking of Mordecai in Borderlands 2. Or Borderlands 1. I don't know. I don't know how you'd know to give this to Nepheli, but that's what you have to do to continue your quest. And before you leave, go out in here and get pretty good Spirit Ash. The Stormhawk Dean. Okay. Spirit of the fierce hawk that faithfully rendered lifelong service to the old king of Stormville long ago, when the true storm raged. Its cries emboldened its fellows in battle, and the tempestuous winds that encircle it shred through foes. Wow, that sounds like a barrel of laughs. Must try. Right, and there's a new message here, and a dead body. Though the path be broken and uncertain, claim your place as Elden Lord. And this unfortunate soul is here. Alright, so now we're going back to Nepheli Lu at the round table and give her the Stormhawk King. Post a comment if you know how you would do this. The only reason I know is because I have the official game guide that completely outlines Nepheli Lu's quest, but how you would know that, I have no idea. Anyways, Nepheli Lu.
No.
What's that?
No. How could I say that? Father has always given me his guidance. And now... I've lost it.
That's a shame. Hey, guess what? We got the Stormhawk King.
Is that ash? I can smell the ancient storm in it. My thanks. I'll gladly take it.
And?
I'm not like Roderica. I don't feel the presence of spirits, let alone see them. Still, this ash, it reminds me of my first hawk. Thank you.
Okay, and anything else?
In this ash, I can smell the ancient storm. It reminds me of my first hawk.
Okay, so that's the end of her dialogue. Now, you go to the Garbrick the Grafted site of grace. This is where we first fought Garbrick the Grafted, and you do have the option to use Nepheli Lu in this fight. We did not because we wanted more money. And your first encounter of Nepheli Lu, I believe, is right here, in this little room right here in Stormville Castle. Just before going up this ramp, and you come into the troll there. So if you encounter her, then you can use her in this boss fight. We didn't. Let's go back to the scene of the crime. Okay, and you see Gostock off in the distance there, using my sword as a pointer. There's Gostock. That's the SOB that was robbing us of runes as we were making our way through Stormville Castle. And I showed you how to get around that, get rid of him. Also in this walkthrough. All you have to do is repeatedly rest at this site of grace until Gostock disappears. He's still there? Let's rest again. There he's gone. The official game guide says 3 times, but I found that's not necessary. Just rest once and then again and he'll disappear. And then go straight up the hill here to the throne room. And here is Nepheli Lu in her new digs. Hey Nepheli, what's up?
It's been some time. I must thank you for your aid. I told Father I would be with him no longer. I remembered the vow I took when I first became a warrior, so many moons ago. This land is much like the one from which I hail. I will call upon the storm to drive away the foulness that has settled on the winds.
Alright, this land is your land, this land is my land, and...
Again, I am Nepheli Lu, warrior. Some call me by the title of Lady. but I remain the same woman underneath, though I have now abandoned my former guidance. I cannot express how much you've helped me.
And voila! The reward. An ancient dragon smithing stone. Top of the line. Top of the line. Thank you very much.
Should you become Elden Lord, I would gladly lighten your burden.
There you go. And that is the end of her quest line.
Farewell, fellow warrior. I will remain to summon the storm, but your guidance and your fight surely lie elsewhere.
And if you haven't defeated Godfrey in Lanedale, the royal capital, yet, you can now use Nepheli to help you with that fight. I believe that is this location right here. But we already did that. And now Gostok has moved here to this location as well. He's like Nepheli's assistant, and he has a new item in his inventory.
Ah, you is it? Haven't seen your mug in quite some time. As you can see, I'm the new lady's attendant.
I can see.
Freedom was worth squat. Besides, I like it round here. Lady Nepheli still fair of heart and countenance.
There you go. And talk to him again. You get his inventory.
Still, I have the lady's trust, so I can loot all the corpses I like.
Good for you.
I'll let you take a look at the goods if you fancy.
And he now has an ancient dragon smithing stone for sale for 20,000 runes. So that's another benefit of doing all this. Alright, there we go. That is it, people. We now have an ancient dragon smithing stone. All we have to do is get a weapon up to plus 24. Then we can use the ancient dragon smithing stone to get it up to plus 25. The closest candidate for that would be the hornbow at plus 21. Table that for a later date when we can actually acquire some smithing stones 8 to bump up our hornbow to plus 24. We're going to have to get that in the Crumbling Fair Missoula. Alright, that's coming up later on in this walkthrough. Thanks a lot for watching. My name is Major Slack, and I approve this video. If you do too, please give the old Slacks your big old thumbs up, post a comment, and most importantly, subscribe to make sure you get all my videos hot off the press. Alright, see you next time. Hey guys, real walkthroughs like these are an endangered species here on YouTube. For a complete lowdown on the YouTube video game walkthrough scene, check out my Patreon page, and please consider making a donation to yours truly, Major Slack, to help keep real walkthroughs alive on YouTube. You can donate as little as $1. That's $1, that's all. That's all it takes. Alright? Thanks a lot. Really appreciate it.